Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Forum Chair and Minister of Transport of the Government of Malaysia, Excellency Loki Siu Fook, distinguished organizers and participants of the high-level 15th Regional Environmentally Sustainable Transport Forum in Asia. Good afternoon. Thank you to all the previous speakers for the productive and informative speeches, and thank you for inviting me here to speak on behalf of the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, UNITAR. I say hello from the Plenary Session in Geneva, Switzerland, and I am glad to be here to witness the essential moment when we gather for our efforts in realizing the sustainable transport goals for achieving universally accessible, safe, affordable, efficient, resilient, clean, and low-carbon passenger and freight transport in Asia. I express my sincere appreciation, as mentioned, to the Ministry of Transport and the Government of Malaysia, and also to the Ministry of Environment of the Government of Japan, the Asian Development Bank, the United Nations Center for Regional Development, United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs for co-organizing this forum. UNITAR is an autonomous United Nations entity established in 1963 that every year trains and build capacity around the world. In 2022, last year, I am very happy to report to you that we trained 384,000 government officials and civil society members from 117 countries, or even more. As the main training arm of the UN system, our mission is to develop the individual, institutional, and organizational capacities of countries and other United Nations stakeholders through high-quality learning solutions, to high-quality training events, and related knowledge products and services to enhance decision-making and to support country-level action for overcoming global challenges. Now, I can summarize what UNITAR is in the following sentence. We build capacity in support of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, as simple as that. And we all understand that sustainable transportation and environmental issues are key to that agenda. So at UNITAR, I want to invite you to use our services, to apply for scholarships, to take part in our master's degrees, in our short training from 1 day to 1 week and so on issues that go from public policy, from leadership in government, from public administration best practices, multilateral diplomacy, conflict prevention and peace making, climate change issues, green economy, environmental governance, chemicals and waste management, local governance, public finance and trade, and social development as a whole. Everything, again, aligned with Agenda 2030. But in saying all of this, I want to go back to the main issue here and focus on the Aichi 2030 declaration. As we know, the declaration has seen significant progress in its implementation so far. It is setting pathways that combine a long-term sustainability vision with 2030 targets that are ambitious yet achievable, and that will surely lead to the necessary progress towards full sustainability. That's what we aim for. We are therefore confident to envisage the promising future of its greater success, thanks to the wholehearted collaboration of bilateral and multilateral institutions among different cross-sectoral actors in aligning their transport assistance with the targets and strategies of the Aichi 2030 declaration. This landmark declaration is, of course, very much consistent with our current efforts to achieve as a whole the 2030 agenda, and particularly the Sustainable Development Goals, but also the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, the New Urban Agenda or the Quito Agenda, and other global agreements. We are more than glad to see the communities of interest, COIs, including major organizations and programs, working on these goals in Asia, as well as the development community as a whole, working collaboratively to answer the call of the United Nations to leave no one behind. This is a fundamental value for the whole UN system, and the SDGs remain at the core, at the center. Indeed, the key to ensuring the successful and holistic implementation of sustainable development in its 3 dimensions, environmental, social, and economic, are the ethos that we follow. We then need to encourage further efforts to ensure that all passenger and freight transport systems in Asia should provide universal, safe, clean, and low-carbon services, as well as convenient, efficient, and affordable access to essential services and goods. Such access should indeed be equitable across income groups, genders, and abilities. And to avoid making this too long, let me finalize by saying that the Aichi 2030 Declaration, 2021 to 2030, goes hand in hand with training and education being in every stage of the Declaration's development. That's why UNITAR is committed to support the Aichi 2030 Declaration. Without capacity building, it would be very difficult to fulfill all its objectives. For example, information sharing tools for civil society and private companies not only raise awareness on the urgent need for immediate greater action on sustainability of transport systems in Asia, but also assist the end user in making informed and science-based decisions. In addition, as most of you will know, the provision of knowledge and technical skills aimed at protecting and advancing the rights of interests of workers, as well as all vulnerable groups in societies, is crucial to a just transition. To conclude, as I mentioned, we believe that this type of capacity building that UNITAR invites you to be part of can also support decision makers, no matter the level, to make informed decisions. We remain committed to any of you that would like to use our services, and I invite you again to know more about us visiting our webpage. It's unitar.org, or come and visit us here in Geneva headquarters or around the world in the 32 training centers that we have, many of them in Asia. With that, let me thank again the organizers to express UNITAR's compliment to the Minister of Transport of the Government of Malaysia and to all of you distinguished participants. Thank you so much for listening. I wish you a good day.